Disney adult cringe is out of control and we need to talk about it. Well, hello you gorgeous donut. Disney adults are defined by the term an adult who is a fervent fan of the Walt Disney Company and its various media parks and characters, engaging in activities like visiting theme parks, collecting merchandise and consuming Disney content. Now, when I first started researching for this, I was trying to understand what the difference between a Disney adult versus an adult that likes Disney, and I found a definition that kind of sums it up. A Disney adult is a grown-up whose identity, social life and entire personality are deeply intertwined with Disney, often making it their primary focus and a source of escapism. In contrast, an adult who likes Disney is an individual who enjoys Disney movies, theme parks and merchandise, but maintains a life and personality that are not centered on the brand and are capable of offering valid criticism. So that is pretty abrupt there. Basically, with Disney adults, their entire lives revolve around it, but people that like Disney just kind of dip their toes in, alright? They're not jumping in with a cannonball. They're just putting their big toe in going, ooh, I like that, but it's a bit cold though, isn't it? It's alright once you're in. What am I saying? I have no idea. Now, later in this video, we are going to have a look at some of the most controversial Disney adults, but before we get into that, I want to have a look at some Disney adults that make simple content around going to Disney World. Would I be kidding if I said absolutely slayed that Queens? Would that be too far? Babies. Did I just miss the boat with that one? As you can see here, these Disney adults have taken over the theme park. It is pretty cool, to be fair. Like, I can imagine someone's making an edit of this right now as we speak. It does look like one of the coldest moments of 2025, I can't lie. The castle in the background, it looks pretty cold, right? I've said it looks cold about 5 times. Once more, it looks cold. Someone turn the heat on. I don't know how I would feel if this was my mum. Maybe I would be like, okay, right, as long as she's enjoying herself. Or would I be like, Mum, can you enjoy yourself? Maybe it's without posting it, just all my mates are saying things. A lot of Disney adults like to make TikToks about their experience there. You know, this is how you can recognize a seasoned Disneyland, entrepreneur here, like a veteran of the place. They know it like the back of their hand, man. Like, normal people on a roller coaster are kind of in themselves. They're doing dances. They're like, yeah, left to the right. Oh, pulling out one of those, am I? Alright. If I was at the theme park and I saw people doing this, I would be like, I wish I was part of their WhatsApp group. But again, these kind of people aren't really hurting anyone. Like, if I was on the ride, it wouldn't really ruin my experience of the ride. If anything, it adds a little bit of ambiance. Something that possibly would put a dampener on my day is people charging past me before the theme park's even open to be first in line.
7 in the morning. It's 7 in the morning.
Sorry, like, the woman with, Disneyland on her back, I wonder where she's going. She seems like she's trying to get there in a hurry. It's just too much, in my opinion. Like, everyone's really excited. If it's 7 in the morning, okay, we're all gonna get in. I can't lie, if I'm just walking there, on my holiday and someone's going trying to get past us, I'll be like, love, will you calm down? Will you calm down, love? There's enough seats for everyone on the theme park, alright? Like, obviously this person is taking it far too far. But look at the other people kind of power walking, but not wanting to commit to the power walk. You've got, like, this woman here, kind of giving it the dad on the... just, oh, I'm just going there. Yeah, we know exactly what you're doing. It's like, for anybody that has a car and, puts petrol in it, obviously that's how the car runs, Cam. And when you kind of, like, finish at the same time as the person next to you, and and they know, it's a race to the checkout, and you just go, oh, you're right. Fucking twat. Like, it's one of them, isn't it? Now, even one step worse than, sprinting to the opening of it is complaining that the place isn't open and actually making a sign about it. Tell the guards to open up the gate. Yeah, you get her. Alright, this is what Daffy Duck would have wanted. Is even part of Disney? I don't even know. She's definitely getting invited to the after party at the clubhouse. That's all I'm saying. A martyr for the cause. I think this must be during, like, pandemic times, because it says 2020. I'm glad, when everything was going on with the world, these people's most, heartbreaking concern was Disneyland wasn't open. What does this say? Oh, bother, why is Disney still closed? She clearly, ran out of room. She forgot that closed had to go on there. She's just squeezed it in there. Tell the guards to open up the gates, Elsa. I don't think she said that. If she did say, can you come down herself if she really cares about the cause? I want to hear it from her mouth, actually. Thank you very much. Don't care if she's a fictional character. Oh, she's in for... I don't care. Let me in. And that is from Is that Simon? That's probably a character, but I think it just says Simon. I think it's just a random bloke called Simon that wanted to say. So already, you know, you can see that these people really do care about Disney. Like, it's part of their makeup. It's who they are as people. They definitely identify with it a lot. Now, even one step further than sprinting to the gate or, you know, making a sign when the place is closed is possibly seeing Disney World and breaking down in tears. Like, I would say that's like another step in the intensity of the scale. She's not looking at it. He's waiting. She's not wasting the look. Oh my god, there it is. Like, it's a bit daft. It's really, it's you know, especially if you're not into Disney, you're going to be like, well, why is she literally crying? It's just a castle. But I can imagine, like, from your point of view, if you've seen every movie, you know, you've been obsessed with it since a child, it must be a really magical thing to see. Like, I can see it from their point of view why they would be, you know, so overreactive, you could say, to it. I do find it funny that they're like, will you record me reaction? Will you just record? Yeah, I've got the waterwork. Will you record? Right, there we go. Right, followers, come on. Oh, you're joking. There it is. I didn't even know it was there. I do find that aspect of it pretty funny, especially after the pandemic. Like, a lot of people that have already been to Disneyland and have seen the castle before, when they saw it again, they would break down in tears. Oh, is this a couple? That's pretty cute. Right, I can imagine they sit down, you know, with the Chinese takeaway and they just stick, I don't know, the Pirates of the Caribbean on. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the knee thing. Okay. Like, losing the ability to walk, like, Disney must mean a lot to them. Disney must really, really mean a lot to them, right? The first time they watched Inside Out, best day of their life. Right, they've seen it in real life now. It's too much. I'm trying to think if I would react to someone or something like this. I don't know. I honestly think if I got like a Greg's black card or a Nando's black card, I think I would fall to my knees and shed a tear. But it's not really the same as Disneyland, is it? Arguably, mine's a little bit more productive because I can use it multiple times. Anyway, it's not a competition. I think the next clip is the most famous reaction to Disney World that's ever aired. Seeing the castle for the first time since COVID. See, I'm not, love, I'm not rating that as a good one. I feel like that was too forced for the camera, if I'm being honest. Like, the other ones, it looked like they were like, you know, ugly cry. Like, no offense, but, you know, when you're really crying, everyone ugly cries, you know? You're like, you know what I mean? This was like a, do I look good on TikTok? Do I look good? Is this gonna bang? Is it? It did bang, to be fair. Just saying. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, like, this is just their initial reactions. Once they're in the theme park, I imagine they might calm down a little bit. However, things actually get more intense as they meet the characters from the movies. When you see Goofy coming around the corner after you've waited 3 years to hug him again. Again! Is it weird that I felt emotional? I was like, oh, but it's canny though, isn't it? It's nice. It was just a little jump there. And I know this is an adult, right? Clearly she finds happiness in this. And yes, it's cringe, right? It is. But does it really matter if she's happy? Does she really care? Probably not. The again is quite funny. I wonder if, like, the person who works here has changed since then. And she's like, Goofy! It's me! Remember me! Remember... Goof! Oh, you must... No, you mustn't build it, yeah. It's the outfit, isn't it? It's the outfit. One thing I did find out, which is coming later in this video, is that a lot of Disney adults go to Disney World and get the signatures of the people, like, dressed up as the character. And it's almost like the character signing, like, a book for them and, like, they collect them. And I find that kind of cute, even though it's kind of, you know, to a person that isn't into Disney or isn't into collecting, might find a bit weird. POV, you're a grown woman who waited in line to meet a yellow bear.
I feel embarrassed.
Oh, not Winnie. Not the Pooh himself. Oh, Tigger, get out of the way, man. It's not about you. Off. Oh, come to the car. Get out the way, man. Don't care about you. Oh, it's all about the poo, man. Now, obviously, if you look at this from like a logical point of view, it's daft, right? Like you're talking to someone dressed up as a character you like to watch the cartoon of or whatever. It's daft, like logically if you break it down. But if this emotionally comforts the person that is engaging in it, personally, I feel like that it's just fair. Like if that's what they like and that's how they, find happiness in this world, this specifically doesn't bother me too much. Like I'm not gonna comment like, oh, what a freak or anything. Like I wouldn't do that anyway, honestly. But you know what I mean? Like this specific video, I just find it quite wholesome and I try not to overthink it. Can we have a moment of silence for Tigger though, right? He was really trying to get the attention. Then, the woman was like, look, right, you're just a side character. Get out the way. I've came here for poo. Again, that doesn't get better. There is also a rule with Disney World and Disney Adults that you can't dress up as the actual characters yourself because, like, the little children might think that you're actually, part of the people that work there, and obviously someone could just kind of prank, like, the little kids and it would ruin the whole experience of Disney. And this next person talks about how they did something to represent the character and it was one of the best days of their life.
I said it before and I'll say it again. I love Disney bounding. So if you don't know, since adults can't wear costumes to the Disney theme parks, Disney bounding is when you dress up in normal clothing inspired by a certain character in order to kind of achieve the essence of their look. And the reason that I love to do this so much is because you get great interactions from characters when you do this. One of my favorite times ever Disney bounding was when I Disney bounded as Gaston.
I love how they talk about the people dressed up as the characters as characters. Like, it's just creating this fantasy land. I know it's Disney World and it is a fantasy land, but I like in a way how they kind of just, it's just pretended. It's like when you go to WWE, like I was obsessed with it. It's not real, but you just put the blinkers on. You're like, nah, I'll just go with it.
And I went to go meet him and he was obsessed with me. I mean, first of all, he said that imitation was the highest form of flattery, and you know how Gaston loves to be flattered. He didn't care at all that there was a giant line of people waiting to meet him. He took me by the hand and walked me up and down the line, making sure people got a full look at me. And then, of course, he demanded we take plenty of pictures together so that the whole world could admire our beauty, and it was just a great time. And for the rest of the day, I met other characters while Disney bounding as Gaston, and they all had something different to say about me Disney bounding as a villain, and it was just fantastic.
See, I think this is pretty cool because, it's not like weird, or it's not like, yes, again, it can be seen as cringe, but it's not like weird. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's just like likes a character. She's put thought into how this character would like feel good about seeing her. Like, it's almost like a nice thing that she's put the effort for it. One thing I am interested in is like, how hard is it to get a job as one of the characters? Because obviously, like, that's like a pretty full-on job. Like, you've got to be in character for like, long hours. Like, you can't just go, all right, I'm on my dinner break now, and then like, I don't know, dressed as Buzz Lightyear just eating a Big Mac and the kids are coming up to you and you go, well, you're off, I'm on my dinner break, man. You're like full on the entire time. Now, obviously, a lot of the clips we have reacted to, I've said like, aren't too bad. A lot of them are cringe. Some people do take it too far, and I do have an issue with some people. I saw this couple making Disney like in the theme park. She's got a top on saying, I wanted the D. And then he's wearing one saying, I gave her the D. Like, in my opinion, that's just really weird. Like, that's even weirder than, like, dressing up, in my opinion. Like, why are you making something that isn't sexual at all, like a thing, and then kind of like putting it out there at a place that is predominantly filled with children? I just think that's a bit odd, personally. Have them as your jammies or something, alright? Like something where you two could laugh about them, enjoy them, but don't do it in front of loads of kids, because if a kid reads this, they might ask them out, and it's just awkward. Also, people have got like the magic band, which I think gives you access to the whole theme park, like chipped into their skin.
This woman had a Disney magic band chip surgically implanted into her wrist, and a cast member is scanning it for the first time. Yes, the chips that let you into the park were placed under her skin. Disney, of course, says don't do this.
Why are you taking it that far? You don't need to do that. Like, what does that actually do? I don't understand. Like, why would you want to get a chip inside of you? Even if you go every week, I wouldn't get that done. Even if I went every day, I'd rather just get the like a band or whatever I can get. I don't want a surgical chip in us. What would make us laugh is if, you know, like the next week or the next year or whatever, if Disney like stopped doing the magic bands and it was all like online and then they've just got this chip in them for no reason. I do feel like people take it one step further just for attention. Like there's no other reason why you would do that. I can't see that from your point of view why that would be a good thing. Someone in the comments is saying the funny thing is they are getting rid of the magic bands. I don't know if that is true. I've seen people that have got QR codes tattooed on them and then the QR code like gets fails or something, so it just leads to nothing. Or if it's like a QR link to like a YouTube video, it gets privated and then it's just kind of like, oh, alright. Well, I saw this one Disney adult couple that were trying to get like the celebrities to come to their birthday party who actually play the characters. Hello everyone! Me and my partner are having a High School Musical themed wedding in August 2022. And I would love to send an invite to any of the celebrities that are in it. Does anyone have the address for Zac Efron, Vanessa Hudgens, Ashley Tisdale, or anyone else? Thanks. Oh, glad you asked. Yeah, honestly, I've just got Zac Efron's. It's in me ways. Tell you what, love, I'll just go on me recents. I go there every day. Why would anyone have Zac Efron's address? As if one of his mates are going to be like, oh, yeah, I'll get in touch with him. I imagine he would love to do this. Come to the birthday party as people that he doesn't know, as a character that he played about 20 years ago. Imagine he'd love that. One thing you actually forget, though, like when you read through the different things Disney owns, I didn't even realize they owned High School Musical. Like, Disney owns so many things. That would just be awkward for the cast members as well, wouldn't it? Like, at this birthday party and you're just like, you don't know anybody, but you were in the movies that, you know, everyone else is dressed up as. I just feel like that would be a really weird thing for someone. Now, we've discussed Disney adults that take it too far, but what a lot of people get angry at Disney adults for is the way that they conduct themselves sometimes in the theme park.
Why do some Disney characters walk on 2 feet when they should be walking on 4?
You do know, just so we're all on the same page here, that isn't actually Bolt from the movie. That's not the actual dog. Why is he not like on all fours? What is this meant to be? Is it meant to be Disneyland? It's meant to be realistic. Get on the ground. As if, like, you know, whoever is dressed up as Bolt would be like this for 8 hours, you know? Do you want him to bark as well? I tell you what, right? You know, if we're really making it realistic, should we cut out a hole in his rear end so he can take a poop and other people can pick it up? Just if we're really being realistic here. Actually, taking it even one step further, you know, Bull is a boy dog, so, you know, if he gets a little angry, should we just chop his balls off? I tell you, I'm trying to be realistic. Why would you be angry that Bull is not on all fours? Like, come on, just pretend. It's a person in a costume. Okay, we've got like a Disney adult Karen trying to get on the ride from the exit.
Karen tried to get on the ride from the exit.
Yeah, it's really on point for a Karen, you know, asking to speak to the manager. Just wait in line. Right, love, like, I don't know how you got into this situation, but if you try to get on the ride from the exit, chances are, you know, you're not in the right. Just wait in line like everyone else. There's no need to shout at, you know, the people working here. They're just trying to do their job. I don't understand people that go to these theme parks, you know, especially when they're obsessed with them, and then just get angry at the people working there. Like, without the people working there, it wouldn't be what Disney World is or Disneyland is. The people who work there make the experience. Like, yeah, the castle's cool and everything, but it's nothing without the actual employees of the place. Also, it is kind of funny that, like, a grown woman is, like, screaming and shouting when everyone else in the queue looks to be like a child. Now, Disney World apparently has been receiving more and more complaints, so they've been trying to pull things out of their magic hat to improve the overall experience for Disney adults. And this is one of the things that they've apparently introduced.
Couples can now make love inside Disney World. Disney has just added love nests to the Magic Kingdom. For only $200 an hour, you can rent out one of these exclusive private rooms where couples can make love with a view of Cinderella Castle.
Sorry. No, you're alright. Thank you, though. Good shout, whoever it was in the marketing team. Right, trying to bring sales up. But we're good. From the rest of us, we're good. Okay? I don't want to have to walk past some sort of hotel when I'm on the way to, you know, see Mickey Mouse. Something about the vibe just seems kind of off. Because if they can see, you know, the castle, chances are we can see them. Sight goes both ways, they say. Also, like, $200 an hour? But there's a time limit to this? That's a lot of money for an hour. This can't be real, right? It's a bit of true. Like, for an hour, you can't stay. I imagine you can stay there, but it would be pretty expensive. $200 for an hour. You know, that is, you've got to be rich. You know, and I don't even think it's worth it. How much for 5 minutes? I don't need the full hour. Yeah, don't think they charge by the minute. I kind of want to understand, like, the little quirks you need to be a fully fledged Disney adult. I don't want to be an adult that likes Disney. I want to be a Disney adult. Go hard or go home. Now, some of the quirks that Disney adults apparently have is having big gums.
Honestly, I had to be a Disney adult because look at these gums. Look at this ratio. It was either that or military wife, and it'll be a cold day before I come one of those. So
Why do you need big gums? Like, do you need to show them on arrival? Like, nah, that's only 2 centimeters, love. Get out, you bloody faker. Honestly, the amount of time wasters I've had today, had to turn away. God. Like, why is that a thing? Do the characters in Disney often have big gums? I've got no idea. But everyone's agreeing. Everyone's like, oh, at least you're self-aware, love. Right, at least you know. Another thing is apparently, like, loads of people develop a rash once they become a Disney adult.
Have you been dying to get the Disney rash? No, probably not, but it does happen. Hey everyone, we're plus-size perk hoppers, and we range in sizes from 2X to 5X. Make sure you like this video and follow us from our plus-size Disney tips and tricks. If you don't know what the Disney rash is,
2 seconds. Followed.
if you don't know what the Disney rash is, consider yourself lucky. It's
The Disney rash just... Like, if they didn't show me it was on their leg, I would be like, whoa, what is the Disney rash? What's going on in this place? Is there diseases flying about?
exercise-induced vasculitis. It can happen when you're exposed to heat and if you're exercising for a long period of time, which are both super common in Disney World because you can walk between 5 and 10 miles a day. The rash typically...
Is that true? 5 to 10 miles? How big is that place? Honestly, and this is coming from someone that, like, you know, dips their toe into Disney. I'm not a fully fledged fan of it. Like, going to Disney just kind of seems, you know, like the worst thing on earth for me. It just seems like it's really rammed. You get diseases. You have to have big gums. And there's just loads of people dressed in costumes, which I just kind of find a little bit overwhelming for me. I don't know why. This sounds like hell.
on exposed parts of your lower legs. It can cause an itching and burning sensation and just be downright uncomfortable. First aid recommended using aloe vera and cortisone to ease the symptoms. We've also seen some people put sunblock on their lower legs to try to prevent it. That's something we're gonna try on our next trip.
See, like, this is why I can't go to Disney World. Because, like, I have psoriasis. I get rashes just not being at Disney World. So if I went to Disney World, that's just gonna absolutely kill us. I'm gonna be like Will in Stranger Things, you know, when he returns to Hawkins and he can hear, like, Vecna again. If I go to the source, I'm gonna die. This plus-sized park hoppers account is actually, like, a fully fledged Disney World account, and they have, like, loads of tips and tricks. They even do, like, business promotions for the business... I just bit me top. I just actually... bit me top. They even do like business promotions for the little mini businesses that are in there.
Hey everyone, we're plus-size park hoppers. We range in sizes from 2X to 5X. There's only one company we trust when it comes to our theme park scooter rental, and that's Gold Mobility. Walking 5 to 10 miles a day can be overwhelming, especially if you're in a larger body or have limited mobility. If you're afraid this will put a damper on your long-awaited vacation, there is absolutely no shame in renting an ECV. Gold Mobility makes the process so easy from start to finish. You're able to book your rental online and customize what time and where you'd like it to be dropped off and picked up.
I love that they're switching as well. Like, that's just so cost effective. They didn't get 2. They were like, nah, we'll get 1. We'll just take turns. Like, yeah, obviously. That's the best way to go about it, love. I want to hear from the other perspective. The employee perspective of Disney World. What it's like to work there and the bad experiences that you can have working there.
You work as a villain at Disney World. You know that sometimes people are not always going to react the greatest to you. I can honestly say, though, I never expect to make a grown woman cry. I was working the Grand Floridian dinner, and I walked up to this table, and it was a family of, like, 2 parents and, like, their adult children. If you haven't been to a character meal before, people that like to have the Disney characters sign autographs, they will put the books at the end of the table so we can walk up and pick them up and start signing them right away. So I'm signing the books and I'm talking to these adults and I realize that there's another book at the end of the table. So I pointed at it and actually just kind of innocently said, oh, is that book already full? The mom says, that book is for princesses only to sign.
Not for you. Not for scum, right? People that try and ruin the princess's day. Idiot. What a loser. Imagine being a fucking villain.
So now, of course, I'm making a huge deal out of it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so embarrassing for you. What happens when I'm a princess later and I marry a prince and you didn't have me sign the princess book? Her whole family is cracking up. She's like looking a little sassy. And I'm like slowly to like give her time. I'm like reaching across the table and I like snatch the book up. Again, at literally any point, this woman could have said, no, seriously, like, don't sign that one. And I would have been like, okay. And I would have just dropped it. So now I'm flipping through the book and I see like Aladdin is in there and I'm like, oh, since when was Aladdin a princess? He got to sign it, and her kids are just like losing it.
Could you imagine being that woman? Like this woman is having your life whilst dressed as, I don't know what this character is, but she's dressed as a fictional character. However, you look like the most embarrassed one here.
So I very dramatically like take my pen and open to a blank page, which granted had nothing else around it. Like she could have ripped this out. She's literally sitting there as I'm making eye contact with her while I do this, just looking at me like... So I sign the book and put it back on the table and walk away. Job well done. Until I'm a few tables away and I just got this weird feeling and I was like, there's... And I look over and there she is. She's just crying and looking at me like... I'm just stunned and have no idea what to do because I had never even come close to making someone cry. Like, even as far as stepsisters at Disney World go, like, I was pretty tame. So, of course, my manager ends up coming up to me and she's like, table, you know what, number whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I signed her autograph book.
See, this is where I have an issue with Disney adults, is where they actually forget that the people working as their favourite characters are people. It's people. They go home and they have a normal life just like you. Like, they don't actually live in this fantasy world that the character's from. Like, this is a person doing a job that is getting paid. And yes, you can trick your mind into it being like a magical thing and, you know, you're kind of in this universe, this fake place. That's fine. You still have to be conscious that these are people, like, you know, breaking down in tears because this person did this. I might be being harsh here, but this could cause issues for this person at work or whatever. Clearly, this person gave you loads of opportunities to actually be like, no, seriously, like, can you not sign it? I just don't want you to. But you've decided to break down in tears, especially when you're like the most adult one there, like you're with your kid. If it was a kid, fair enough.
She says, oh, so you did your job? I said, yes. And I still think about that lady to this day, like...
This has traumatized this woman. Like, every single time she, like, goes to make a joke again, she's gonna think in the back of her head, am I gonna make someone cry today? Oh, bloody hell, man. This is why I think it's such a case-by-case basis with Disney adults. Like, some of them are wholesome and some of them are just, like, absolutely ridiculous. Some of them actually do it because it's an escape from their normal life.
I am a Disney adult. And I know this may be a weird turnoff for a lot of people, and they don't understand why I do what I do, but that's okay. I'm no stranger to feeling sad for days at a time and barely being able to make it out of bed, or feeling so anxious and overstimulated just by going outside that I feel nauseous and get to the verge of passing out. My parents raised me with Disneyland, so it's grown to be a very comforting space for me, and sometimes all I want when I'm having a bad set of days is to go to this safe space.
Like, this is so nice. Like, this thing offers her so much comfort, and, you know, she deals with all of this in the real world, that this fake world just gives her, like, an escape. It makes her feel like a normal person, and, you know, it just kind of takes away all her stresses. This is such an amazing thing, although it will be very expensive. So Disney adults like this, I'm like, no, you do that. But then, like, that's why, like, with this video, I didn't want it to just be laughing at, like, the cringe of them, because I feel like that's really easy to do. I wanted to make it, like, really layered, and I want you to kind of, like, form your overall opinion on, and, like, what you think of it in the comments. Because when I've searched for other people's opinions on Disney adults, all of them are pretty negative.
What about f***ing Disney adults? F***ing Disney adults, I just don't get that one bit at all. I just don't understand why anybody would get married at Disney. I don't understand why they would go on their honeymoon to Disney. I think to go to Disney and enjoy it, you have to have little kids.
Okay. I have enjoyed myself at Disneyland with my children. I genuinely have. As an adult, would you and I like, oh, we're in LA. I think we're going to go to Disneyland for the day. No, I think it's weird. Do what you want to do. It's a free country. I don't get it.
See, I don't really understand their opinion. Like, I understand their opinion. They don't like, right, they would never go. Like, that's just not to their taste. But then to say, oh, it's a free country, but then call everyone that does it really weird, you're judging them for going, so that, yeah, then therefore, you know, like, you're basically calling them weird, so you can't really say, oh, yeah, it's a free country, like, do whatever you want, like, it doesn't bother me. Because you're insulting them, so it does bother you. See, when you pair this clip with, like, the last talking about how to escape, like, it does seem a little bit, like, nasty to kind of call these people weird. But then when you pair it with, like, the people that are nasty to the employees, Louise or the Karen that were reacted to, then you can see, like, okay, I can understand why people probably don't like them. But I do think it's weird that people hate people just for going to Disneyland because they enjoy it. But yeah, let me know what you think about Disney adults overall. I did want to end this video just on this one clip that relates to the previous video, the try not to cringe financial irresponsibility video that we uploaded this week.
You guys are a fucking cult! I've never met Disney adults before, at least I didn't think so. What? Is this what they're actually like? You guys are creatures. You're spending so much money you don't fucking have. $3,000 in Disney on this month, and then $1,000 in the other card. $4,000 in Disney in one fucking month. And you're going 2 times next month, then 1 March, and then 1 million more times next year. 2 times in the last couple months. This doesn't fucking make sense. How does this keep going? How is Disney continuing to populate throughout this conversation?
So the passes were $2,000.
For the both of us.
What?
For both of us.
For fucking what?
For the whole year. Now we can go
anytime
whenever we want.
To any park at any time.
Just to Disney, the Disneyland parks.
What is happening? How is this? What are you guys?
The 2 people we're going with at the end of January are paying us back for those
Paying
tickets.
it's been over a month.
Now, apparently, I think it was something to do with these two in like £20,000 worth of debt for going to Disneyland, something like that. Then I think it's a little bit of an issue and an addiction at that point where you really need to, you know, kind of put your actual life ahead of going to Disney World if, you know, you're raking in thousands of pounds of debt. That's where I think it's an issue. But if you do want to see more of people's irresponsible spending habits, watch this video because it's full of it, and honestly, some of the things in this video are wild. I hope you enjoyed this video, Donuts. Let us know if you want a part 2, and we will do that. Drop a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Kirkham, baby.